What's going on, people? I don't even know how to start the intro. It's been a long time. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the live match reaction. Palace 2, Leicester 1. What a game. But look, we'll be talking about it in depth. As always, we'll be opening up the lines in a few minutes' time where you can join and have your say. If you do enjoy the show, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Joined by T here. Big man, he's a bit ill, but you know.
But I'm here.
Palace
But
won.
I'm here.
Palace won. Hopefully that gives it that bit momentum boost.
But I'm here.
Yeah, he's here. He's here. He's standing tall. But look, before I get into the game, T, I want to get your thoughts on it. You know, it was a game where we was excited because we didn't know what to expect. There was, of course, going to be changes, a new manager, what's going to happen with the players' reactions. We saw it today. But how do you feel about the whole occasion? 2-1 win, last-minute winner. I can't stop smiling. Oh, man. I can't. I just can't.
Bro, D, we had 30 shots. 10 of which were on target. I mean, we talked so much for so long about not getting shots on target for how many games in a row. It's like now you get 10. You know, so gosh, you knew that you knew it was coming, you know, throughout the game. And it's just crazy that it had to come in literally the last minute of play, you know.
It's not even the last minute. It's the fact that it's an IU assist and a Mateta goal. What?
Hey, man.
Are you mad? What? Like, what's the chances of that happening? IU assist and a Mateta goal.
Whatever the chances are, I'm happy that they came to be.
And the same Mateta that was talking about that can't score goals. Like, what are the chances of them two linking up with Roy as a manager to win us a game? Like, what are the chances?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's absolutely mental.
It's funny because, excuse me, there have been 2 times before that when IU went inside and he just laced a shot and it was like, all right, bro, you're probably not going to make that. So when he made that move this time, all I'm saying to myself is just pass it, IU. Just pass it. Just pass it. And it's a perfect threaded ball, beautifully controlled by Mateta, and then finished off with his weaker foot. You can't write it. You can't write it any better, man. Honestly.
Yeah, look, the lines are open. We're going to bring on we're going to bring on people in a few minutes time, but you can click on the pinned comment to join us live and have your say. We'll bring you on in a few minutes time, anyways. And we'll tell the order in the chat, anyways. So you know what the order is, so you don't have to wait too long. But I just have to say, I got so much emotion. I just have to let it out. I mean, it's been a while since we've been here talking about win. It's been a while since we've been here talking about positive performances. It's been so negative talking about the previous manager. And even in the sense that even when Roy came in, it's been negative because not many people wanted him. Today was a chance of a new beginning. It was a chance of a new start, 10 cup finals against a side that's below us. We had to perform today. And we did. I am absolutely so proud of the efforts from the players today. You know, of course, the win is massive. Of course it is. That's what it all matters about. But the performance today, the fact that we deserved the win today, the intensity, the desire. 30 shots, absolutely incredible. We barely made them create any chances as well. There was only one spell in the game, that 10 minutes where they conceded a goal in the start of the second half. That was the only downside. But apart from that, we absolutely dominated that game. We deserved that win. We created chances. We scored goals. And this has been a long time coming. This is both on the manager, the players, and I can't keep my emotions in. It's absolutely fantastic. I expected us to win, but not like this. Not like this, the last-minute winner. Not with Mateta scoring a goal. Not with Aye getting assists. Not with Eze performing this well. You know, these are players that we've been talking about that have to step it up in terms of production levels. And today they did. They stepped it up. Even Wilf. I know we'll talk about Wilf later on down the show. But the effort was there from all of the players. If you can't win games, all you need is the effort, and the effort was there, and it translated to the performance.
Yep.
And today, it's not even the fact that we got a jammy last-minute goal. We deserve the win. Yep. We deserve the win because of the players. So Thank you to the players today. Thank you to Roy Hodgson today for getting the players excited. You have to give him credit when it's due. He's here to do a job for us. He wouldn't have joined another club to do this job. He cares about us. But this is only the start. It's what we do from here onwards. 9 more cup finals to go. Today, they delivered. The players delivered. The manager delivered. And I loved it. I loved it. It's not just a win. I love the passion. I love the intensity. Second balls, we were winning them. We were winning second balls. We didn't let Leicester get into the game. And that was on us. Forget about talent. First of all, you need desire on the pitch. And I'm so flipping proud of these players today that they came out and they showed it. They showed it and it translated to the win. But now it's about what we do going forward. But anyways, look, that's my little.
Let's not forget they did that with losing Wilf before the halfway mark of the game.
It's amazing. You know it's amazing. Like it's genuinely amazing. And it could have went either way. It could have went negatively. The players could have dropped their heads. The players could have said, "Oh, get rid of Vieira. Roy's coming in." But it's the opposites happen. The opposites happen.
Absolutely.
And that's what we've been missing. That's what we've been missing. The fact that we had 30 shots today. I don't care how bad Leicester are. No team in the Premier League is easy. They've still got quality players. We could have easily had, I don't know, maybe 5 shots and pull out a win like that. But the fact that we had 30 shots under Roy. 30. Do you know how mad that is? When's the last time have we even had 30 shots all season long?
But I saw a stat that said we haven't had 30 shots all year. This year, but then I think it went all the way back.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Then it went all the way back to like we haven't had 30 shots since like October, I think, something like that, something crazy.
It's incredible, but it goes down to the players and the manager. These are the players that we've criticized about the performances, about the results. This is a manager that we've criticized about, can he do the job 10 games in? But as I've said from the start, and I'll say it again, this was never on Roy. This is a bigger picture. But today, in the short term, if Roy delivers, then that's fantastic. And today, I just saw it. It's mentality. Mentality is the word. Today, I saw the right mentality from the players. And I loved it. And hopefully, this is the start of many wins towards the end of the season. But look, there's a lot of people waiting on behind the scenes. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also click on the pinned comment to join in and have your say. So, T, you put up the order. So let's start off with Jamal, who's joined in first. Jamal, how you doing? You all right?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Doing good.
You saw it, man.
Good.
You saw it. You can see it in my face. You can see it in my words. I'm buzzing. That was a different Palace side. We desperately needed a win. But overall, absolutely fantastic performance. Just fantastic from the start to the end. One of the best first halves that I saw all season. I haven't seen us play that well. But for you, Jamal, how was it, man? How did you feel watching that Palace side? Because it's been a while since we got a win, but it's been a while since we performed like that as well.
I agree. We were very dominant from the beginning to the end.
It was
very, very dominant.
What do you think it was then? What do you think it was that changed up? Why were we so dominant? Was it tactics? Was it the players? What was it? Was it Leicester being poor?
For sure, Leicester was poor. I'm not going to say that's the reason why, but Leicester was really poor. If you look at that team, the way how that team passed, the way how that team tackled, the way how that team defended, they look horrible. In the first half, we had something like almost 20 shots, and they had 1 shot on target or off target. But if you look at from the perspective of our team, our passing was good. We played as a team. Everyone knew their role. Although you made a statement saying that the players stepped up. To me, mostly players stepped up, but there's still 1 or 2 players that look the same way as they look all season. And if you look at Edouard, for example, I am not sure what is going on with him. You could clearly see the improvement of more other players, but he just looked the same way. I'm not sure if it's something psychological with him or if it's fitness, if it's mentality. But I mean, at one point, if we did not win that game, we would be who force can we get? But other than that negative point on him, you came in. He had a rough start, but he was very excellent in the goal. He kept the ball well. We had setbacks in the game, but we didn't let our heads drop. When Zaha get hurt, the guys still push on. So holistically, we played as a team in that game.
That's
what
what
it was. Down to.
I thought that as well. We played as a team, and I missed that. Like, we got the talent. We know that we got the talent, but first of all, you have to play as a team. You need to want to win. And today, especially in the first half, even in the second half as well, but second half that 10-minute period of Leicester playing well. But like first of all, you need to play as a team, and second of all, you need to have the players attacking. Like that's the basic. You have to, if you want to win a game, you have to have players. But today we had a lot of players going into the box. Schlupp was going in the box. Will before out injured, putting crosses in. Elise was there. Edward was there. Eze was pushing in. The intensity, even from the manager to ask the players to go into the box, that's just fantastic because Leicester couldn't deal with it.
Correct. If you also look at the attitude of the players, normally Wilf would be crawling all the time. Wilf was, I don't think he crawled the whole game. Well, he didn't play the whole game, but for the 40 minutes, you didn't see he shouting at other players, asking them to pass the ball or anything. He was focused on what he has to do. I'm not sure if because he had the captain armband, because that was very, I wouldn't say a strange switch from taking it from Ward to Zaha, but it was not. I'm not sure what the thinking in there for Roy. I guess you all guys would probably explain that to me. Why do you think that he took away the captain armband from Ward and gave it to Zaha?
I think because Wilf knows it. I don't know about you, T, but I think it's because Wilf has been at the club for a long time. He's now the more experienced player, and he spoke about before the game as well, talking to Darren Ambrose. I mean, he spoke about it. He said, I'm like the older head now, and I think that's why. Like Roy knows what Wilf can deliver, and we know what Wilf can deliver, and we saw it with the passion on the pitch. He kind of upped Wilf's game as well because he had that responsibility. He was the captain. He had a responsibility, and he delivered it on the pitch when he was on the pitch. But for you, Jamal. I know it's only one game, 9 more games to go, but does that game give you more confidence going forward?
In general, to be honest, I was never in a panic mode. If you look at the teams that we had to play, it's not like if we had Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, the next 3 games, all the games that we got to play is guys underneath us. So we didn't really have a problem with beating the teams that are underneath us. The problem we had was the teams that were above us. So being honest, I was never in a panic mode. I was just surprised that, just like all of us, that we had 30 shots on bars. I thought we were Arsenal at one point.
Literally just dominating the plays, take a shot.
Yep.
Like it was mental.
Left side, right side, through the center. As it was, in terms of his first touch, was exceptional. Just his final touch wasn't that good, but when it turns to first touch, and I guess everyone knew their role. I mean, we know we complain about Shep and Ayew, but we play as a team. We defended as a team. We attacked as a team. And I'm not sure if you realize the players was also talking to each other and motivating each other, touching each other, which we weren't doing for the last couple of games. We were more bickering about when situations wasn't going our way. So I guess what Sir Roy brought is a more camaraderie between the group, and to basically give them the mentality to understand that we need to fight for these next 10 games.
Yeah, well, look, Jamal, thank you for coming on. Great, always talking to you, bro. Hopefully, we have many more games like this towards the end of the season because it's been frustrating, man. It's been frustrating. It's been since December. Like honestly, it's mad. Like a win, because it's been so long. I genuinely forgot how much of a win just lifts up the mood. Like my whole mood has changed.
Hey, mine as well.
Exactly.
I think the only problem that we probably have is that we weren't in the stadium to enjoy that last minute goal.
I was there. And
I've
never celebrated like that. Like it's been a while since I celebrated like that. When that goal went in,
probably felt real good to get that one out.
I was flying. Yeah, I was just flying. I don't know where I was. I was just hugging everyone. It was crazy. Like it was absolutely mental. Like it was crazy. It was crazy, and that's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see that passion by the fans. We want to see that passion by the players. That's what we've been missing. That's why it was so great. Like it just summed up. That last minute goal just lifted up everyone. Hopefully we got something going forward now. But look, Jamal, appreciate you calling into the show. We've got a few other people waiting behind the scene as well. Hopefully catch up with you soon.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys.
Take care.
T, man. There's a lot of people waiting, but
we got a lot of people waiting.
Yeah, we got a lot of people waiting.
Let you know the results of today, man.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I was there, and the celebrations. Oh my days! Oh, you can see it. I'm even celebrating now as well. It just, man, that's what it's all about, man. That's what. Hopefully, one day we'll get you down. Well, hopefully, one day we get you down here so you can experience that as well.
Man, I got to, man. I really.
Man, you're like when you come down, we're gonna lose like 4-0.
Oh man, I won't leave until he
No
wins.
false code.
That happens. If he get blown
you're
out,
not gonna
oh man,
experience anything.
I never come back again.
Exactly. Nah, man, hopefully we'll get you that one day. All right, let's bring on Luca. Luca, how you doing?
Hello.
Palace 2, Leicester 1. Massive win.
Oh, it's a good
We
day.
needed
It
that.
is a good day. Oh,
It is.
it's
Talk to me
off.
about it. What was it today that was so different? Of course, we got a result, but it's coming out of that game. I mean, even if we didn't get the win, I would have been pleased coming even with a point to a certain extent because of how well we played. It was a positive performance. I mean, if we that's the main thing about it. It's not just a result. It's just overall we just dominated that game, and it was so the shots. Not conceding that many chances. It was just a fantastic game, and the result sums up as well. Getting that win just tops it up. But for you, Luca, what was different today?
Oh no, there was just I think Roy just brought a different mindset to it. It was just I think things have got a bit stale under Vieira. I think he just switched it up, back to basics, do this. I think everyone quite clearly knew their role. They knew what they were doing, and it paid off massively. And sadly, I wasn't able to be at the game, but my dad said he nearly had a heart attack when Mateta.
That was like me as well. That was like me as well. Honestly, I had tears. I was holding back tears. I was holding back tears from joy. For the first time, it's not even like me getting frustrated and getting angry. I was holding back tears of joy because I was like, is this really happening? Like, did I really just see this happen? That's how it was. Like, you just that's what football is all about. That's what it's all about, you know, these type of moments. And we've desperately needed it as well. That's the thing, Luca. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the shows, but you know, we desperately it's been frustrating. This whole 2023, just getting rid of a manager, new manager, we need to bring players, this and that. Like, it's been frustrating. We needed something positive, and we delivered it today. But there was lots of positive performances as well. For you, who stood out for you today? If you can pick one player that stood out, because for me, there was a lot.
What? Oh, if you have to pick one, SA has to be came right back into it. He was criminally underutilized by Vieira. I have no idea why, but I think he did exactly what he was started to do. He was the creative force behind everything. Like if playing out from the defense, the ball went to him. It just he everything went through him, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was a massive shame that he couldn't be credited with the goal, but excellent free kick nonetheless. It's just absolutely wonderful. Just a sight to see.
Yeah. For you, what was the difference then today? What was it that led to that win? What did you notice difference from, you know, when Vieira was here in the last game to this? Of course, is there easy opponents, so-called easy opponents, even though I don't like to use that phrase. I mean, it's a team below us, but they still got quality. You can't just say, oh, it's an easy opponent, we're going to destroy them. But for you, was it the intensity? Was it the tactics? What stood out for you?
Well, it was, we do thrive on being the underdogs, but Leicester are no mugs. They've got some proper quality in that team. But I think just a bit of changing tactical setup, having I think especially having I think actually not starting Ayew was I don't know because when he came on, he apparently
He looked good. Exactly, he looked decent.
bits,
And I was worried as well. I was
it,
like, are we going to use that Wilf aspect? But then, you know, the players still went on. I mean, there were so many things today that I can just talk about all day long. I mean, it's the fact that Wilf got out injured. That's the main negative from it. I'm actually worried about it. Hope it's nothing serious by the way he went down. But Ayew came in and he's done a solid job. You know, that was the positive. The players stepped up to the plate when it was needed. And it's been a long time since this has happened.
I think it was just finally getting that bit of fight back, because I think they were because Roy is no stranger to relegation battles, especially when he was with us. But I think he finally managed to get through to players the gravity of the situation, what needs to be done for the team, for the club, for themselves, and I think it finally clicked. Playing the way we did, starting the way we did. I mean, 31 shots. I think even by the first half we had about 20 shots. I think that's more than we had under the last 12 games under Vieira. And for Roy ball, which is typically considered defensive, to have that is just absolutely phenomenal. Just
Yeah.
And restricting, and Leicester, again, no mugs Leicester, but restricting them to only 3 shots, I say that's an excellent overall team performance, and that's puts us in good stead. And I'd say for stay up, 3 more wins and a draw, I think we can quite easily manage that. So puts us in very good stead for the rest of the season, sets the tone. Roy's back in town.
Exactly. Roy's back in town for 9 more games anyways. Hopefully, I don't know about you, Luca, but for me, it's about, this is fantastic. I'm going to live this moment up for a bit, but we go again. We concentrate. This is not it. We go again against Leeds. We need the same type of performance. We need the same type of intensity. And it's 9 more cup finals, and try get as many wins as possible. You know, just try to confirm that. And the benefit of today, I know people saying we beat Leicester, but it's we widen the gap between us and Leicester, another team that's fighting relegation. That's another thing as well today. It's not just a win. We widen a gap with another team that's struggling, that's below us. So that's a positive as well. But so for you, Luca, I know it's only 1 game. Do you think we'll stay up then?
Yeah, honestly, I can just see us finishing 12th. I mean, if Chelsea go on an absolute stinker, maybe 11th. But honestly, I can just see us staying where we are, but just with a few extra points.
Exactly. Yeah, just keep us here for now, anyways. But I appreciate your call, Luca. Thank you for calling in, and hopefully we'll catch up with you again soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Take care.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. For you, T, I mean, staying up, does that give you a bit more confidence, or do you have to see a few more games?
I mean, it definitely gives you more confidence just because of the fact that you got 3 crucial points to get you close to where you need to be. I mean, one of the things we talked about before was, we need 3 wins. It's like, 3 wins is what we need to see in order to get to that safety zone. And your first match, 3 points, one step closer. So it definitely eases the tension of feeling like we can stay up. You know what I mean? So real quick shout out. I got to give my flowers to Mateta. When he came into the match, from the minute he came in, he was after it, man. Probably should have had a foul on Suter when he was just grabbing it all over him on that 1 through ball. He had a chance at the header. Unfortunately, didn't get good contact to it. But when he got that opportunity from that great pass from IU, shout out to IU on that beautiful pass too, man.
Exactly.
One of the things we talked about, like, what are we seeing that was different from the team? And I think it was the fact that we were just more direct. We played more direct when we had the ball. I think under Vieira's style of play, the most important thing for us was to be patient and maintain possession. And then sometimes that became stale, could cause a little bit of side-to-side ball and things like that. But in today's match, like when we got it, we were going forward. We were looking to make 1-2 passes, get an attempt on goal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We weren't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, none of this, passing. It's just direct. Get in the box, take on a player,
part of that
crosses
is
into
we
the
got
box.
a team that's
That
for
was
that.
positive.
Yeah, we're a more effective squad doing that style of play because, like, think about it. With your 3 midfielders, we had Jeff Schlupp in there. Jeff Schlupp's not a possession guy. That's really not going to be his bag. It's like, no, let's be more direct. 1-2, let's get going forward. Let's try to get a shot on goal. I think it just suited us overall more. Now, of course, the level of competition does factor into it, but I think when you play like that, I mean, we're going to see more exciting football and hopefully better results going forward.
Exactly. But this is only 1 game. We need to continue
this.
this.
Exactly.
We need to continue this. Let's bring on Patrick, who's been waiting for a while. Patrick, how you doing? Palace 2, Leicester 1.
I'm rocking.
Man, Roy got the win.
I'm rocking the brand new Roy reading glasses. If you saw him, well, you were at the game, D, so you know he was rocking the reading glasses.
I didn't see it, man. I actually didn't see it. Well, he had the reading glasses. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
see
had
it, man.
readers
He's a bit
on,
further away from me. He's a bit further away from me. But look, you're matching him. That's a start. But look, massive, Patrick. Massive
thrilled.
result for us. Something we needed.
As y'all know, I'm the biggest Roy fan. Now, I didn't want him to come back either, but since he's here, I want to give the crowd, and D, you can maybe clarify this, but was the whole crowd behind Roy? There was no toxicity, right? When he came out?
No, there's no toxicity. Like, there's no. there's no toxicity about it, and I said it before on many shows. There's no point in being toxic to Roy. This is not a Roy problem that Roy's back. Roy's here doing us a favor.
Roy did us a favor by coming in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's just bigger than that. And today, I like the atmosphere is brilliant today. It's been look. That's what I'm saying. We needed to change something on the pitch, off the pitch. The atmosphere today at Selhurst was great. Throughout the game, even when we conceded a goal, we were still trying to get behind the players, and that's exactly what we needed. And everyone was behind the team, and the team performed.
Watching the game on Peacock, he was telling everybody to push up. He was telling Joe Ward there was like animated movement for him to get up the pitch, which is hilarious because Joe Ward is slower than me. But I mean, all of them. Look, I don't have anything. I'm not. There should be no negativity today because there's 9 games left. It's all about survival now. Everybody did their job. I mean, IU came on, was a little shaky early. He had the opposite of the Brentford appearance. He really wasn't great. Then those last 4 minutes, he single-handedly said, "We're not going to draw today." Remember the cross he had from Mateta that missed that easy header. Then that beautiful pass he did inside. I tell you what, going forward, Mateta's got to start the rest of the games. Not so much because he scored, because he's not afraid to head the ball. If he misses a goal that he should have, which he does plenty of, he's not afraid to get back in. Edward, he played like Casper the Friendly Ghost today. I mean, all those crosses in the box and he didn't head one. I mean, he was invisible. We need guys in there that are going to give everything. And Edward did more, and not Edward, I'm sorry. Mateta did more in 4 minutes than Edward did in the whole game. So going forward, I don't have a problem with the lineup. I don't know why. I'm surprised he didn't go with Nathaniel Klein, but Joe Ward, to his credit, he didn't get beat that bad. And when he did, he clipped Barnes, and he physically bullied Barnes all day. Barnes did nothing. He had 1 or 2 moves and a couple of crosses, and that's it. He was invisible. He had a lot of help from Elise too to help out on that end. But overall, you can't complain about anything. I thought they'd draw today, honestly. I thought it would take them a little bit of time, but the way they came out, a Roy team getting 31 shots. I don't think he had 31 shots in the 4 years he was managing, much less today.
What was it, Patrick, then? What was it, Patrick, that we saw differently today? Is it a case of what T said, we were just a bit more direct? Did you spot anything with tactics? Is it player confidence? What stood out for you the most? Honestly,
I think they wanted to play for their manager. I think their manager, I feel Roy feels, and he'll never admit this, kind of slighted with how I think he was treated at the end by some fans. And he has a chip on his shoulder to prove it, especially since Watford got relegated last year. So he has a chip to prove. I think the players have something to prove. They all respect Roy, and it was a perfect storm today. And if I'm a Leicester fan, I'm worried because that team is soft. Their manager is soft. I don't care. I think he's the most overrated manager in the league. This guy, every team he has fades every year. Liverpool, Leicester a few years ago, now Leicester now. But the hell with them. Point of the matter is, it was a great performance today. No negativity at all. I mean, nobody should get on here and complain about anything. Now, all right, Roy's subs were typical late as usual. Well, guess what? They worked. Hughes got it there. Hughes coming in, even though he fumbled the ball a couple times, he went. Everybody was going forward. Everybody. I mean, terrific. I guess his point was, even with the defensive players he brought on, it was a case of we can't have draws when teams at the bottom were getting results. I mean, we're lucky Wolves got a goal there. That splits because Forest only got the 1 point. Wolves got a point. Leeds lost. Bournemouth came out of nowhere with a win, but oh well. I mean, hey, we got the win, and that's what matters. If we get 3, people below us get 1, we're safe. Simple matter.
Yeah, all we have to do is win. It doesn't matter about what other teams do. As long as we win, they're not going to be above us because we're facing teams literally below us anyways. So by this win, it separates the gap as well to Leicester. That's positive for for momentum, as I said. And I said this before as well, before the game. I said this game is massive, not because if we lose this game, we get relegated. It's because I was worried about the mentality if we was to lose this game. And we can see it here. We came on here with a positive performance, positive result. We're all happy as a fan base. The players happy. Roy's happy. And it gives us this boost going into the Leeds game. That's why it was so massive. Now we're all looking forward to the Leeds game. No one's saying, oh, we got Leeds. I can't be bothered for it. Now we're all looking forward for it. Because why? Because of the performance and the result. And it started from this game. If it went the other way around, if we lost this game, I was worried. I was worried not because we was going to get relegated, but I was worried about, being toxic and the players maybe heads dropping. But today, we had to deliver. And he did. Roy did. The players did as well. And that's the main positive from today. But for you, who stood out for you in terms of players? Because I thought Eze had a great game. You mentioned a few other players as well. The defense was solid. It's hard to pick out one, but for you, can you pick out one?
Yeah, Decore. Even though his passing was a little off, he was playing further advanced. If you notice, Schultz was a little deeper, and then he ran with the ball. I think Decore linked everything together beautifully. I mean, and if he got beat, he took somebody's knees out like he typically does. I thought a very underrated game, and honestly, it's probably the best he's played in about a month.
And he didn't get carded either.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's massive because if he does,
yeah, because if he does, he gets a suspension. Yeah.
So he can play for the Leeds game.
Real quick though, did that look like a genuine 4-2-3-1 to y'all? Because for mine, and again, I'm a newbie when it comes to formations, but isn't a number 10 supposed to usually just play above the line and then forward? Because it looked like Eze was playing a little deeper, and it was more of a 4-3-3 where he had three midfielders in there.
It was 100% a 4-3-3.
Okay.
We didn't have an outright number 10. I thought Schlupp and Eze's role was more as like a number 8 and with Decore as number 6. So yeah, It was more of a 4-3-3 with both Schlupp and Eze being basically asked to go into the box at times and attack when we have the ball. So yeah, we didn't have an outright number 10. And then in a way it did work because you saw it as well. Elise sometimes drifted in when the opportunities were there. It wasn't like a rigid system. The players had the bit of flexibility, especially in attack, and I think that's why it helped. Formations don't really mean anything to a certain extent. It depends on what you told the players. And today the players had their structures clearly to go out and attack, and they did deliver.
I want to leave you with this. I thought, because remember before we talked a couple of weeks ago where I thought certain players, I thought Eze would play better because under Roy, he did play better, but it wasn't as a pure number 10. It was later in the season when it was in that 4-3-3 coming off the right midfield. So it looked like a lot. That was exactly what was going on today. That's why the NBC or the Peacock, they're all in the formations and everything, and they kept saying 4-2-3-1, but I didn't think he played a number 10. So thank you for clarifying that for me.
Yeah, no worries, Patrick. But I appreciate you calling into the show. Hopefully next week, another positive result. That's what we're looking for. Now let's build on this.
Today, I'll take a draw next week. With this win today,
I would as well. But I'll talk about that later on down the show. But 100%, I would as well. I think today's result is massive.
Take care, guys.
All right, then, Patrick, take care.
All right, Patrick, take care, man.
That was Patrick. Who we got next up? We got Henry. Next up, Henry, how you doing? New manager bounce.
Buzzing.
Roy Ball. Is that what?
Roy's back
That's
with
what we've
Avengers.
been missing all season.
Mateta, what a striker, eh? Wow. I can't believe it, man. I'm just so over the moon, chuffed with this win. The importance of it. I can't stress the importance of this win. I don't know what we would have done today if we didn't win. Like, it was vital for the confidence, the belief, just to give the fans some hope as well. Like, I feel so much more optimistic about staying up. And to be fair, right, people were worried about the style of football, but if you didn't know that Vieira was sacked, you would literally not know. Like, if you just like retreated into a cave for 2 weeks or something, and you came out and you watched it, you'd think, what, Vieira's gone? Really? Because that is exactly the way that Vieira was supposed to get us playing. Energy, enthusiasm, fight, but not only that, flair. You know, it's not like we just hoofed it up the pitch and, you know, hope for the best. We didn't just park the bus and hope for a counter-attack goal. We outplayed them. We thoroughly deserved that win. And I was so impressed with you know, Schlupp. I mean, I can't. Is that really Jeffrey Schlupp? Because he played so well in midfield. Eze, everything went through Eze. Eze was unbelievable. Wilf was ripping them to shreds on that wing before he had to come off. Even Ayew, when he came on, put a shift in and played his part in the second goal. You know, like everyone to a man, we were just absolutely outstanding today. Like, I cannot really fault any part of that performance because, okay, yeah, we conceded a goal, but we responded. We did not lay down. We did not give up. We didn't feel sorry for ourselves. We got up, we went again, and Ebbs produced that bit of quality with the free kick, and we actually got a piece of luck. Like it came off the keeper and went in. Like it just felt so good to see that ball trickle over the line. Like
we needed something like that. We needed it.
We needed
something to go for us. Because it's been frustrating. It's been frustrating. I know people with the manager was a massive discussion. Vieira in, Vieira out. Roy this, Roy that. We just needed something else to talk about. We need something on the pitch to talk about. Yeah. It's good today that we're coming on here talking about something on the pitch rather than off the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, we can all have our opinions about things that went down, and that's all fine and fair enough. But the team have got us have given us something to shout about, and that will quell so many tensions and so many disagreements among the fan base. If we're winning games, or if we're getting points to see us to safety, then there's not going to be as much like arguing among the fan base, and there's not going to, when we're united, when we're back in the team together and we're at our full voice. I mean, it's just magic. It's electric. That atmosphere was just, it was proper seller's part today, and it's just unbelievable.
In terms of your thinking about us going forward, of course, we've got 9 more games. There's still a lot of points to pick up for, and we're still facing teams below us. Does this now give you a bit more confidence in terms of staying up, or do you want to see a few more games?
No, of course. I mean, listen, I don't want to get carried away, and we are far from safe just because we got 1 win and played really well. But it just gives us a platform to build on, And I think if we can play like this, we only need 3 more wins and a draw, maybe. And if we keep playing like this, I have belief that we'll do it. And it's just so refreshing because, I mean, 30 shots we had today or something like that.
That's crazy.
I mean,
I can't remember us having 30 shots all season.
All season. and like someone else said, probably in all of Hodgson's last tenure as well. Like, it's literally like someone. I don't know what Roy said, but he clearly lit a spark in them today because they went out and they were just like, they were like, "Stop this! We're just gonna give it. We shoot. We weren't afraid to shoot for once, and it was just."
But by the way, I just want to say one thing. I don't think anyone is expecting us to have 30 shots every game to the end of the season. We have to be realistic about it. Yeah, we have to be realistic about it.
Hell no.
I'll happily take like 5 shots or 6 shots if we're winning games. But yeah, look, it was still
good.
It was still good. The
fact
that it was his first game, but the thing is, it was his first game, and we're talking about Roy being this negative manager. We're gonna show how we're gonna struggle to score goals when he's we've never been that attacking side, and today. Well, in one game anyways, he showed that we can do it. He showed that we can have 30 shots, which is absolutely bonkers. Yeah,
I mean, it's just, we just need to keep this going. Like, we can't rest on our laurels now. We just, and I'm sure that Roy is going to talk to them and say, look, great win, great performance, but it's no good unless we keep doing it. So let's keep doing it. And the Leeds game, I hope we win, but a point would be quite good now after this win, I think.
Yeah,
so
100%.
we've got some breathing space. Put Leicester in the relegation zone. What more could you want?
Exactly. But look, Henry, appreciate your call. Thank you for calling in. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Guys.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
That was Henry. Next up, we got who we got to next up? Chris.
Chris.
So let's bring on Chris. Chris, how you doing? Palace 2, Leicester 1. What a result. What a performance.
Hey guys, great show as always. Yeah, massive result. I think you guys touched on it and a few of the callers. I think the 2 words for me that have come out of the game are attitude and intent. You know what? I still feel it was harsh for Vieira to go, but I think it was a right call. When you guys had the show about Roy coming in, I said, look, we'd be comfortable with Roy because he knows the club. He knows how most of the players tick. And I said even before, for us to stay up, we just need to get Eze on the ball. He needs to be in the starting 11 and he needs to be playing. And if Eze's happy, he's got the ball, he's popping around, floating around, we're going to more than be comfortable, But you know what? That last few seconds of the game was the reverse of Brentford game. You know, we were on the floor that day when we conceded in the last moments of that game, and this was complete opposite. And this was a huge result. And Dee, you said that you know, even if we didn't get the win and we'd go on to other games with that performance, I disagree. I think that winner is huge. You know, because yes, we've been playing well in previous games, but not getting the win, and having that win now. We haven't got a great record at Leeds, if I'm honest with you, but I think the momentum now, I think we get something out of that game and roll on.
Yeah. No, the reason why I said it is, look, I really, because I looked at the other results. I'm looking at the results while I was watching the game at the ground. I'm like, damn, like, what's going on? Bournemouth winning. So it's a bit scary at that moment. So, of course, I wanted us to win. But what my point was that there were still positives out of that game that we could take onwards. The most important thing for me going into this game was to not lose. Just to not lose, because that was like the worst thing that could potentially happen in terms of just the mood. I was worried about the mood with the players and with the fan base. I thought it would get very toxic. So, you know, the performance was fantastic. So even if we didn't score that last minute winner, I don't think there'll be that many people that would come on here and say that was absolutely dreadful. You know, that's what I mean. We're not going to win. You know, there's something positive to look forward to, even if we didn't score a goal. But anyways, look, we got to win. That's what that matters about. We're talking about something that could have potentially not happened. We got to win. But for you, Chris, what stood out for you today? I'm asking everyone this because I'm genuinely curious about what it is. Is it the player's attitude, the manager?
Just the first 20 minutes, lads. You know, we were just camped in the edge of their box. And, you know, the one-touch football, you know, like little kind of intricacy passes, and Elise, Eze, Zaha, you know, these little flicks. And you just felt that was like, that's a team that was told, you know, just play with it, express yourself, go out there, have some fun, work with the crowd, no fear. That's what I felt, you know. And unfortunately, under Patrick, you know, like last few weeks and months, we've been playing with fear, you know. We're not been shooting, you know. All of these things it all felt like it came out today, you know. My only thing is, look, we need a striker in the summer because, you know, that first 20 minutes with a decent striker, we're 2 or 3 nil up, you know. That's the issue.
And it reminded me in a way of 2017-18 or 18-19 season of Roy Ball, where we had these games like against Leicester where we absolutely, you know,
5-0. Remember that game 5-0 when we had Loftus-Cheek.
And I feel like, even going into this game, I said it on Twitter, I feel like we was going to see something similar. I was kind of optimistic because of the players that we got on the pitch. Because, look, in all honesty, towards the end of time, the players that Roy had, it wasn't good enough. I mean, we had an aging squad. We lacked creativity. Yes, he had a few mistakes in himself that we wanted difference, like, for example, subs and all of that. That could have been a bit better. But I'm looking at the squad, and I'm looking at the squad that we've had in the past with Roy. I had a feeling that this would happen. I genuinely did.
But was he ever given the funds? He was never given the funds. This is the thing. People say, you know, it was negative. And yes, we did play. And I was frustrated. But look back, like if he had the money that even Patrick Vieira had in last season, he would have done, I think, a lot better. You know, I think people knew inside the club that he was not going to stay on. So they thought he's never going to get us relegated. So we're not going to back him. We'll just give him this aging squad.
Yeah. And I'm not going to get onto the club for that because it did make sense to me in a way. Because let's be honest, even if we win our next 9 games, I know some people, it might feel a bit different, but I still feel like we need a new, you know, younger manager because we need a new step. We need to start again. So I feel like the club done the right decision by not giving him the funds. But it's a good point that you make that, you know, maybe if he had the funds and maybe if he had the better players that he did at the start, it wouldn't have been as dull towards the end of his time at Palace. But for you, Chris, going forward now, massive win for us today. Lots of people that's come on here said that at Leeds now, a draw would be fine. That would be okay result. Are you on the same wavelength, or is there another?
Yeah, same. Same. But I think we can go for the win now. But you know what? The biggest thing, other than the victory today, lads, was Decore not getting a yellow card because it wouldn't have been a 1-match ban. It would have been a 2-match ban because of the 10 yellow cards. So that's huge. And I think he's forming a nice little partnership there with Jeff there in the central of the park. So, you know, just, you know, big performance when we needed. I'm just looking back in time. I don't know if you guys remember the game under Big Sam when we were in the relegation zone. I think it was 2017, and it was home to Borough, and Van Aanholt scored. It was a 1-0 win. And it feels like that now, boys. You know, it was like this is do or die for us today. I think, as you said, Dee, if we'd lost the game, I think we would have got. You know, we'd be getting relegated. You know, I think this is huge. You know, just the performance, the win, coming back from a goal down, everything. That, you know, the crowd was buzzing. I wasn't at the game, but I saw it, so it looked amazing. So I feel we'll be all right. You know, but look, I think the biggest thing is now game by game. But there's bigger things at the end of the season as well. If we do stay up, a lot's got to be sorted behind the scenes. You know, this is just. There's a lot of issues, but, you know, that need to be resolved. Because look, you know, the structure of the club is there. We've got a fantastic academy for the youngsters now, right? We've got a great catchment area. We've been in the Premier League now for a decade. Everything points to the fact we should be doing well, but it needs to be now run properly with proper investment. Part of it with the academy, and I think we will start really pushing on.
100%. A massive summer, but till then, let's take it game by game. Leeds next, get a result there, and then afterwards Southampton, and then, you know, build on, and then this summer I was actually thinking about having a rest, but knowing Palace, they're not going to give us any time to have a rest with all these transfers and new managers and all of that.
And just quickly, just a shout out to Jordan as well. You know what, he gets a lot of stick from the fan base, including myself. But you know what, when he came on, his attitude was like first class, and you know what, he was popping the last 5-10 minutes of the game. He was almost like he was dragging us. It reminded me of when Bex won us the game, or against Greece. You know, he was really trying to get on the ball, trying to go past players, trying to do things, and he has a magic reverse ball and a great first touch and finish by Mateta, and that was exactly what we needed. You know, so look, I think going forward he might be a really good impact sub. You know, I think his energy.
I agree. And also Schlupp, I'm going to say wavelength for Schlupp and Ayew, because it happened before. Was it the Man United game at home? I don't know if Ayew started that game, but I remember, for example, like Schlupp coming off the bench as well. I feel like there's a player in there, but you can't just start them 90 minutes for 37 games of the season if you want to push onwards anyways. But look, massive today. And
come on, you Palace.
That's what you need.
Let's go.
That's what you needed. Yeah, exactly. Massive. Anyways, Chris, look, take care. Thanks for the call. Hopefully we'll catch up with you next week.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Take care, buddy.
See you later, Chris. That was Chris. Next up, we got Jack.
Yep.
Bring on Jack. How you doing, Jack?
Hey, hello, boys.
Whole school top
What's going on, man?
Yeah, the old TDK number.
Yeah, where are you? You're not definitely. It's not South London. I'm looking out my window. It's not that dark.
Nah, man, I'm in Vietnam now, where I'm living.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Moved to South London, sadly.
Okay.
So you're in Vietnam. It's like 12:30. It's like midnight, past midnight there, huh?
Got to stay up for it, man.
Wow.
Got to stay up. Glad I did.
That's commitment right there, man.
Exactly. I love the
Yeah.
Look, it's massive. It's massive result for us today as well, Jack. And the performance is something that we desperately needed. After a rough 3 months, maybe a rough 2 weeks as well, with a new manager coming in, old manager going, lots of talks about this and that. We needed a performance on the pitch, and today I thought the players delivered.
Oh, for sure. It's been a rough year, man. First one of the year. All I can say, I agree with like most people that have come on. All I would say is that this is the kind of performance we wanted under Vieira. Like, I have not seen the team go forward like this for months. It's been a long time since we've shown this intensity, shown a will to get forward. And I'm not putting it down to Roy. I think a lot of, sadly, the players have started to think about their contracts, maybe think about their moves forwards. I think like it's been a bit of a wake-up call, and I think we've only seen that in this last game, honestly, where some heads have started to turn and look to each other in the dressing room and started to look like, what the fuck are we doing here? What's going on? And glad it's happened, honestly, because you saw that not a shot on target for 3 games, and then 30 shots on target today. something's changed. I don't think it's Roy. I don't think Roy can have that impact.
Well, why don't you think he can have that impact? I thought Roy played a part today. I feel like, first of all, we can talk about tactics, but it's the motivation. You needed these players to get motivated. And I thought today, the way they were stepped out onto the pitch, I think you have to give a bit of credit to the manager as well. We spoke about the same group of players. Remember, we went 1 goal down. 1 goal down Palace before. That's it. The game's over. I mean, the players let go. But even when we went 1 goal down, the mentality was there. I thought you have to. I think you have to give Roy a bit of a credit, no?
Oh, I'll give Roy credit. Love him as a man, but athletes are out for themselves. D, you've got like these are professionals on the line for themselves, and they've got to put in performances. And I think it's come to a point where people are starting to look at them. Contracts are being renewed. Ayu's just got a 1-year deal. Where did that come from? So people are probably looking around the locker room like, what's going on? Jordan Ayu's being offered a 1-year deal at this club. How much? Like, people need to step up their game, and I know a lot of people speak bad about the chairman, about the management there, but now they see that the money's being dished out, people are getting paid, levels are stepping up.
Yeah, for you going forward,
I don't. Do you think that's a coincidence?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, new contracts. I don't know if they. I don't know when they signed a new contract. It could have been a while that the news just broke now. I don't know exactly when it was. The news broke just yesterday, but it could have been, before the game. But then again, you've made an argument that about the new contract, they already have new contracts. So what do they have to play for? Because they already, signed a new contract that was already sealed for. But for me, I think it's more. I think the players. Look, they showed passion today. I don't want to talk about.
Oh no, there was a passion I have not seen for a long time, for a couple of months in this Palace team. There was energy. There was a energy in that team that I haven't seen since Conor Gallagher in the midfield running about like a headless chicken.
Yeah, that's the energy. That's the main thing about it. It was the energy today and the effort from the players as well. But look, today Mateta got a goal as well. IU assist. If you move from the player aspect, I understand what you're trying to say about the players were up for it for their personal sake. They need to make sure that they got themselves covered. What do you think Roy said to the players differently today? Because I feel like there was a difference in terms of even the style of play. We went out wide, put more crosses into the box. What do you think it was with our attacking intent? Do you think there was more players driving forward? Did you notice that when we was attacking?
Absolutely. It was Elsa and Frozen moment. Let it go, boys. Like, go for it. Like, we didn't see too many, like, Mitchell and Ward held themselves back like they normally do, but I haven't seen Schlupp get forward in the box that much since, like, 2018. Like, there was pragmatism in the midfield, in just taking leaps forwards. There were dirty boxing tactics where we were looking for fouls out in the wide areas better than we ever have before. At least in this last year, it looked like we had kind of the old Palace back for a good while in that game, and it just puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, it's massive. It puts a smile on everyone's face. Do you think we'll stay up?
Oh, don't put that on me, D man. Don't do that to me.
Everyone's got a question. Or is it too early?
Yeah. Oh man, after asked me 3 hours ago, I would have said I'm not too sure. But ask me now, I'll give you a yes.
Right on.
Yeah. Hopefully we do still. But look, Jack, appreciate your call. Hopefully we'll catch up with you again soon.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it, man.
Take care.
Thank you.
D, I'm gonna take that time. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off myself. I know we got a lot of guys left, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. But,
okay, cool. I'll go through it anyways. Any other things that you want to say before you go?
Man, we just gotta ride the momentum, keep playing well. I think that the style of play is what we need to see from this team, and I think the more we do, the more we're gonna see, man. I would really like for us to hopefully just play well in these first 3, maybe 4 matches, so that we can get the whole relegation talk a little bit further away from us. Like I said, just easing that burden earlier on, man. So hope we just keep on grinding.
Yeah. Well, look, bro, appreciate you taking the time.
All right, man.
I'll go
Appreciate
through the guests. I'll catch up with you again.
All right, y'all take care, man.
Cool. I'll take it, bro. That was T having to say, but of course, there's still a lot of people waiting. So next up, I believe we've got Erin, who's been waiting as well. Erin, how you doing? You there?
Hello. Hello.
He's running back. Yeah, he's running back now. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. I was not expecting to be on that quick.
No, because it says in the order that you was after Jack in the previous order. So
all right. Sorry, man.
For your time. I thought you knew about that already. But look, Palace 2-1 win. Take a deep breath, settle down. Do you need some time? Or should I bring you on a bit later? Or are you ready?
No, it's okay. I'm ready, man.
Okay, cool. Palace 2-1 win. It's happened. We got a win finally. It's been a while. It's been about 3 months. And it was positive today. I liked it. It's positive from the players, even from tactics aspect. Putting players forward. For you, what was it today that made you think that the performances was it due to tactics? Was it due to players? What stood out for you?
For me, I'll say a couple of things, actually. First point is the team, looked way more drilled. We looked like a more well-drilled squad overall, meaning everyone did what was expected of them. Second point is I also noticed patterns of play emerging, which is something we spoke about before. We were really frustrated about, and we weren't seeing it. We was just like, what is the objective? Like, we didn't really have an objective before. Now it looks like they have an objective. Triangular passes. He overlaps. The other one holds back. Then the other one cuts inside. It just looked like it was play from the training ground. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is also an indicator to me of better coaching, which is something we didn't see before for a long time. Another thing, the third point, is the motivation, the the fire in the belly, the hunger to win. And that comes from Roy. That comes from Ray. And listen, not being funny, I wasn't sure about having Ray and Roy. You remember I said to you, I was like, I definitely want Vieira out, but I'm not sure about Ray and Roy. Yeah. Let me tell you, I'll eat my words, because already he's only had 2 weeks with the squad. And for sure, he knows how to get more out of this current set of players than Vieira does. And I'll tell you why. Because Ray and Roy are veterans of the game. They're old guys. Don't see them like that old, but they're tactical masterminds in terms of they know their football. To them, this is like a game of chess. Do you see what I'm saying? So you see them there in the touchline, but their mind's always thinking, ticking. Who do I bring on next? Who should I put where? Where's the problem? And I noticed another thing about Ray and Roy. They're not so trigger friendly with the substitutions. They do actually hold and really think about it. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't want to disturb the game too much. So yeah, he might make a substitution here or one here or one there, but he don't want to like rustle up too many feathers. And that in itself is a tactic. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
very good. I was really impressed.
Yeah, it's a reaction as well from the players. I mean, that's what desperately needed. That more than anything. Of course, the result was fantastic, but we just needed because at the ground it's been a bit quiet recently before this game, anyways. Because we haven't seen much. We haven't seen much from the players, as you can see as well by watching on TV at times. Like you can see, like the effort wasn't quite there, and there's been statistics saying that we're one of the least runners, or if not the least runners in the Premier League so far this season. But today, I saw a completely different side in terms of, you know, we didn't just sit back. We pressed them at right moments and we won the ball back and forced them into errors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would you say to me that it's a coincidence after having 2 weeks of training with Roy and on his first game, full 90 minutes with Roy, both Schlupp and Eze look far more effective than they normally did. I mean, Schlupp today played like a real centre mid. For the first time, he actually played like a real centre mid, which I know what Vieira was trying to get him to do for ages. But he would have a good game here and there. But he never had a full 90 minutes playing as he should in that position. And today, Schlupp really did. Like, he got it.
Yeah, he did. All of these players did. In my opinion, I feel everyone was up for it. I think everyone was up for it. And that's the most important thing. I was looking at players like Eze. I spoke about yesterday on yesterday's stream as well. There's a few players that needed to step up because their performance haven't been great. And Eze was one of them. And today he got the goal. And even apart from the goal, he just looked confident again. He looked confident. He looked like himself again. Of course, it's only just one game and he needs to be more consistent. But that was also another positive to see. If we're struggling to score goals, you need all your playmakers to play at the level they should be. And we haven't had that so far. Maybe recently, even the likes of Wilf, he wasn't getting many goals and assists, but today, before the injury, he was great as well. You know, everyone stepped up. Everyone stepped up to the plate, and we delivered. And we deserve that win. I don't care if it was a last-minute winner. I mean, we should have probably scored 2 goals in the first half. Forget about throughout the 9 minutes. We could have easily scored 2 goals in the first half if we finished our chances, which we didn't. And that's where the problem has lied for a long time in terms of our production up front. But for you, does this change your perspective on our chances of staying up?
Yeah.
Because you was one of those that said that you wasn't too sure about Roy and Ray.
Yeah. I wasn't sure about Roy and Ray. But at the same time, as I said in the last talk we had, I was excited to see what they would do with this new set of players. And I don't know, something inside me was a bit, you know, I had some hope. I wasn't sure, but I had some hope. I just knew we needed to make a change. And it's definitely helped. Now, for me, I think that this squad, I've always said it from day one, this squad has what it takes to stay up. For me, staying up's not a problem, right? I'm not worried about that. I'm going to say it. Hold me to it and later say to me, you know what, you are wrong. If I turn that wrong.
You know?
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it.
You better not. You better not go against us now.
Bruv, I genuinely think we have even if we don't, we still have what it takes to stay up. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I mean, look at today.
We saw it today.
Yeah, we was a threat all over the place. I mean, we were a threat through the middle. We were a threat down the right. We were a threat down the left. I mean, Leicester just did not know what hit them for 45 minutes straight. Like, they just thought,
90 minutes.
What?
To be fair, even in the second half, after like they only had that period of 10 minutes. I'll say 10 minutes. We started the second half a bit slow, and they had that phase where they're just controlling the play, and midfield is a bit like, oh, what's going on there? But then after that, even though after they scored a goal, we bounced back. You know, there was if you talk about 9 minute performance, not even a draw. We still deserve that win, even if they had that bit of phase of play where they were playing better than us throughout the whole game. We created more chances, as you can see by the stats, and if you watch the game as well, and we deserved to win. So I had no concerns about that, and it's good. It's good. Finally, we got something on our side, and hopefully now we bounce back. So against Leeds, does that change your view on that game now? Is there less pressure on that game?
No, I think there's still the same pressure. The most important tool that we've gained under Roy and Ray, because I know Ray shouts a lot. He really gets into the players' heads. It's like Roy and Ray play good cop, bad cop. Yeah, Ray like goes in on them, and Roy's the more sort of, you know, soft approach coaching kind of person. If there's one thing these two guys have put into these players' heads is that fire in the belly, meaning even if you're a goal down, I see them on the touchline today. They was like, come on, don't matter, just carry on. So if we possess this tool here, which they've give us, we're going to need that in away games more than we need at home. Because in away games, it's much harder. The fans aren't there as many. So that simple tactic that Roy and Ray put in, that belief he put into their heads, they're going to need that most at away games. So I believe we do have more of a chance now of being successful away at Leeds than we did before. Even for me, if we get a draw, I'm happy at Leeds.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest.
Same. We just need to now go get a point against Leeds and then look at the next game. Look at the next game after that. Because it's away from home. It's not going to be easy by any means. But look, really appreciate your time, Aaron. Finally, a bit of positivity. Man. That's what we both needed.
Yeah.
And hopefully we bounce back and we just, you know, stay up and then look forward to next season. But of course, it's only one game. 9 more cup finals to go.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, then. Take care.
Take it easy, man. Take care.
Take care, bro. Next up, we got AJ. AJ, what are you telling me, bro?
Boom, 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 boom. Mateta's in the room. There ain't no striker better.
It's been a while since we sung that.
Hey, yo. Unleash the gas engine. Hey, listen. Unleash the gas tanks, bro. I am so gassed. I'm so gassed. Like, it's a bit mad because obviously, you know, I've been ill, powered through that, man. Brilliant atmosphere. What a performance from the team. What a performance. It's just frustrating because we knew they had it in them, clearly. But at the end of the day, if Roy's gone in there and he can get it out of him, then more power to him, to be fair. An IU assist and a Mateta finish. What time to be alive.
That's a IU assist, Mateta finish, a Roy on the sideline celebrated. Well, we would have thought. I mean, you would have thought all that three combinations would happen. Like,
because even after the game, bro, and the players came off. Normally, obviously, after a game, like especially since the Christmas period, it's just been like clap a couple players and bounce, like, or game's over, I'm walking out of the stadium, like, you know what I mean? But this time, I think I stayed until I think Anderson was the last player that came off. Clapping them players, bro. We just turned up. It just feels good to be talking about a win for once in a while, man. Great performance from certain individuals in the team. Everybody pretty much did at least the basics today. There was a few eyebrow raising issues, but generally, bro, it was a performance to be proud of, man. I'm happy with it, man.
There's that, and that's why we stayed behind after the game.
It just feels good to finally win. I don't even know how I feel.
Exactly, bro. The smile on my face.
They worked. I mean, it was a show about Will. It's crazy. The vibes, the atmosphere, bro. Obviously, you were at the game, innit? You knew what was going down, bro. Like, people screaming Eagles as I'm walking home. Like, everybody just going crazy about bro, it feels good, man. We ain't had this feeling for so long. It's like, it's just nice, man. It's just nice.
It's nice, exactly.
Like, obviously, things have happened. It's been political. We know stuff's going in the background, but bro, it's just amazing, bro. It's just such a great feeling. Shout out to Roy, man. You know what I mean? And Ray, man. You know, they weren't going crazy. It was quite crazy seeing Roy on the sideline. He was pretty much on the touchline most of the whole game, saying what he is. Listen, man, you know, the only thing that I was a bit upset about is obviously Will's injury. You could tell as soon as he went down, it was like, what, 20 shots? And then Wilf obviously was coming in to do the usual. And then obviously when I saw him sort of fall down, hit the floor, and then obviously hit the floor with his fist. And then obviously walking down the pit, walking down the touch line, and coming off, you could see by his face, because it looks like it's a groin injury from what I saw. and where everybody was
Yeah.
hobbled. So that could be
It's not-
2 weeks, that could be 4 weeks. It's not ideal, but the boys stepped up, man. You know what I mean? Eze stepped up, Elise stepped up for me. Couple other players obviously deserve their flowers, and obviously, you know, being clinical in front of goal is something we haven't seen for a minute. You know, not only did we get a goal, we got 2. You know, unfortunately, I don't know what was going on with Leicester's keeper. He tried to turn into Prime Buffon today. I don't know what was going on. Bro, we could have had about 7, 8 goals today. Like, oh, man. I don't even know.
Exactly.
This feeling is like, I've not felt this feeling for a minute.
It's not only you, it's me as
It's
well.
great,
I'm
man.
like,
It's amazing.
Normally with the live match reactions, you're like, oh my days, we have to come on there and talk about this again. Oh, it's the same old. But to me, I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait to come on here. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this moment for about 3
It was
months.
just, you know, it's a shame I'm not feeling 100%, bro. I was on a bit
as well.
But being at the
Yeah,
ground,
we're
man,
gonna-
and seeing everybody happy and everybody just came up with grins on their faces. The crowd was up for it. Obviously, it was really lovely to see the touch and dedication to that poor little person with the bereavement. And it was good to see the whole ground get behind that. I saw the scarf thing as well. I didn't bring my scarf. I don't follow trends. I tend to create them, to be fair. But positive performance, man. We were all over Leicester the first half. Then obviously in the second half, first 10, 20 minutes, it was looking a bit sticky. And then Leicester got their goal. But you know what? We responded. We dug deep. Eze's free kick bounced everywhere, even off the back of their goalkeeper. Mateta got his goal. Hey, this man, the brilliant idiot, man. I'll tell you, he's a clumsy genius, man. Mateta, man. He's crazy.
Yeah. He is.
Bro,
Well,
what more
keep
can I
this in for
say,
the player
man?
ratings.
Like, you know what I mean?
Keep this in for the player ratings.
If we can bring this
this is like a
performance
spoiler
into the
for
next
player ratings.
few games, I'm back.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
don't-
let's see what happens.
Don't worry, I'm cooking. I said that. Don't worry,
Exactly,
I'm cooking. But you know what? At the end of the day, I got to put my hands up in it. Like, I was probably one of the most pissed off people. I was one of the most gutted people that when we lost for the next 10 games.
Yeah.
And we get the wins. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly.
At that point, I thought it was over, especially when Leicester scored the goal. But
AJ, connections are cutting a lot.
Can't be any more happier, bro.
Your connection cutting a lot, but I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you on the player ratings, anyways, when we record it.
All right, boys, up the Palace. Come on,
up the Palace. That's what we like to see. Nice. That was AJ. Let's bring on Tim. He's been waiting for a while. Tim, how you doing?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, D. I have to apologize to my neighbors. I wore the colors. I brought the colors, even though I wasn't at the park. But holy smokes,
you brought
man.
the spirit.
I tell you, man, I screamed so loud on that second goal. I had to grab the desk because I thought I was going to pass out. Just the relief coming out. But that's what it felt like. Like you said on Twitter, I thought I saw you post, like, I felt like you were tearing up, and I was like, let it out, man. Let it out, because I think we were all feeling it. I mean, what a performance. That was incredible. I think there's so many good things to look at in that game, D. I think, though, the most joy I got out of that game, even independent of the goals, is just seeing Ebbs confident with the ball at his feet, running at people, and terrifying, just absolutely shredding that Leicester defense. I haven't seen that. And if whatever Roy and Ray did to I feel like Roy put his arm around Ebbs' shoulder and said, son, you can play. You put the ball at your feet and start running at people. And he did, and it was joyous, D. It was so great to see that, because now we know. I mean, there's a couple other things that I think, stood out for me, but that was the biggest one. Just, Ebbs driving at people. But, like, Michael Elise using his right foot. I mean, when's the last time he's using his right foot to deliver balls into the box? I just haven't. He probably has, and I just haven't seen it. But, I mean, he's been very predictable in some games where you just know he's going to cut in on his left foot. And it was a much better performance in that sense. It wasn't just up the left channel every single time. I mean, it was great, man. It was so fun to see it. And I mean, I wrote to my friends, I said, like, Ayu to Mateta for a last minute winner. I did not have that
Exactly.
on
He
my
would have
bingo
thought that.
card.
Exactly. Out
I
of
mean,
all the chances and all the players that to be scoring a winner is the fact that you
unbelievable.
got this assist. I gave it to Mateta, but Mateta scores big goals. He scores big goals. He scored against Brighton
Yeah,
as
he
well.
does.
And hopefully
Yeah.
this is a change in fortunes for him as well, because under Vieira, he just forget about scoring goals. He was just off it in terms of ability, just basic footballing ability, and that was the most frustrating thing. So hopefully today he gets a bit of a boost, and that kicks him on, because he desperately needed it. He's one of those players, just like as you mentioned with Eze, that just needs someone maybe to pat his back and just say, "Come on, you're better than this. You can
Yeah.
offer a bit more." And today he came off the bench and he done his job. So we'll see what happens against Leeds.
I mean, yeah, for sure. That's the other big difference, I think. Roy was talking all week about belief, and I think that was something that we hadn't seen. Like, we had a lot of games where we go down and then we just stay down because we don't believe we can come back. And if there was a game where you could have had that same reaction because Wilf goes down, and you could, I mean, I'm watching it on TV, but you can hear a little bit of the gasp when he goes down, and we're like, oh no. Like, that was terrible. I mean, fair play to the fans, though, just clapping him off, singing his name, which was beautiful. That was fun to see. But then after that, D, I mean, there was that period in the second half when Leicester had, like you said, about 10 minutes. But then after that, like, didn't give up, just kept fighting. And then Ebbs gets his goal and keep fighting. And Jordan Ayew driving at the center of the box. Like, it's mind blowing. I mean, it was incredible, man. I really, really enjoyed that game. I mean, I there's no room to let up. I mean, obviously you need to perform like that against Leeds, but that kind of belief, like, just bringing the belief into the game that we can get something out of it, and those players playing like we can get something out of it, made a huge difference.
Yeah, it did. It did, and that it goes down to effort. You need to put an effort to if you want to get a winner. Today we didn't lose that many second balls, and it goes down to the players. It goes down to the players for actually staying committed to the cause for 90 minutes, and not letting the heads drop. Because yes, under Vieira we did have a few comebacks where we were 1-0 down, and then we would pick up points after. But as of recently, every time we seemed like we conceded a goal, our heads would just drop. But today I didn't see that. I saw a different attitude. I saw players that said, all right, we conceded a goal, but we still need to keep going. And they did keep going, and we managed to win the game. We were 1-0 down, scored 2 goals. I mean, that's the most important thing about it. Recently, under Vieira, yes, in the past, we saw us have comebacks. But recently, I mean, the attitude and the players, heads would just drop after one goal. That's what it would take. And today, we also answered that. I mean, we played brilliantly. We showed that even if we go down, we can still bounce back.
Yeah.
And everything got ticked off. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if Wilf didn't get injured. I would say it's a 9.5. That's the only downside. Literally, there's nothing about performance that was bad. I know they scored that goal, but regardless of how well you play, teams are always going to have phases where they're going to have a bit of dominance, and they had that 10 minutes and they scored. Maybe we should have done a bit better, but that's always going to happen. You can't just control for 90 minutes unless you're Man City or so. But in the first game we done brilliantly. But for you, Tim, going forward is about relegation. Does that change your thoughts? Or
I mean, I didn't believe we were going to get relegated, period. I was getting nervous. I didn't believe we'd get relegated, but I do have to kind of put my hand up and eat crow here. I remember coming on and saying to you, D, that I just didn't understand how Roy could play with this team and the system that Vieira set up, and boy, was I wrong. I mean, that was I have never been more wrong on with a Palace prediction. So yeah, it gives me a little bit more belief. And I mean, Matt Woosnam from the Athletic tweeted it out that Roy gave some credit to Vieira. He said it was something like the first half was he hadn't seen that quality performance in the 4 years that he was lucky enough to work here before. And he gave credit to Vieira. He said that's credit to the previous manager and the work that's been done with the players. But that's just Roy being humble. I think he got. It's what we hoped for. He got what we hoped he would get out of Ebbs, and I think if those patterns of play of Michael and Ebbs playing off each other, if that continues, yeah, I believe we'll stay up, D.
Yeah. It's about the next 9 games. Forget about the next 9 games. It's about the next game now against Leeds. We need another positive performance or at least a result. If you get a draw out of that game, I'll be happy with that, just to have a bit of momentum boost. And it's away from home as well. It's never going to be easy. We struggled against them, even with Vieira away from home. So yeah, hopefully we get a positive result there. But look, Tim, really appreciate you coming on, and we'll hopefully catch up again soon.
Great to see you, man. Great to see you.
All right, then take care. See you later.
Too.
That was Tim. Next up, we got Nick, who's been waiting for a while. Nick,
yeah, this isn't quite the back of the nest OnlyFans channel I was expecting, but never mind. I'll carry on.
No, we have to keep it PG. If we play like this for another 9 games, then maybe that might happen. But I don't know if people want to see that.
Yeah. It was so nice to walk down the Holmesdale Road or up the Holmesdale Road after a game and see people smiling. That hasn't happened for a long, long time, has it, Dee? And the ground was buzzing, and it felt like a new era, although it's weird. We've only got 4 more games at Selhurst with Roy. I made some notes because I'm doing the pod tomorrow for the match report with Mike and Si. But I got some notes here. I'll start with the bad stuff first. Is that the last we've seen of Wilf? What are your thoughts on that? Or is it because it looked more groin than hamstring? So do you think it's just going to be a short time out?
I don't know. The way he dropped,
my second thing
I'm genuinely worried about that. Yeah, I'm genuinely worried about that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
When a player drops like that with no contact, it's scary. It's scary. I'm just thinking, what did he do? Yeah.
He looked so upset when he was walking off. So upset.
Yeah.
And he was on fire. It's the best I'd seen him for ages. My second thing is we were brilliant today, but we were playing. We're top of the bottom 12. We have been for such a long time. And we are the top team in that bottom 12, I do believe, because of the players we've got. We're playing teams that are shit, excuse my language. And so, did that Leicester being so poor flatter us? Now, at half time, we went 1-0 up, and at half time, I know Wilf had gone off, and it kind of must have discombobulated us a bit as, to how we were going to play. But that first 10 minutes of the second half where Leicester scored got me thinking, is Brendan Rodgers a bad manager? Because he's obviously seen something, changed something. I was trying to work out, was it Leicester that had changed to kind of counter how we were playing? Or was it us just being off the boil for a bit? Would you take Brendan Rodgers at the end of the season if he takes Leicester down? Because we've got to look ahead. I think we're safe, by the way. I agree with Tim. I always thought we were safe. Just with our running and with your point show the other day, you've been doom and gloom as much as anybody else. But when you actually broke it down to the games we had, you had a lot of points. You got 12 points, did you? 10 points, 12 points out of the last 10 games?
I said 12, and that was me being pessimistic. Yeah, exactly. That was me being pessimistic about it. I think in this game, I predicted a draw. So there's already an improvement there.
Yeah. I mean, there were people around me that, and I thought it myself, was we're going to be all over them and we're still going to lose it 1-0. And when that goal went in, I thought that.
Oh, yeah. It would be so typical, exactly. Exactly. So typical Palace.
30 shots. Well, 13 shots in the first 25 minutes. Now, I know the Leicester keeper had a good game, but does that show a bit of a flaw that we're having that many shots and not giving the keeper too much of a hard time there? Because a lot of the saves were easy saves that he put on for the camera. I don't know. Should we be more clinical?
Where's the positives, Nick? There's so many questions about. Where's the positive? Where's the positive section of your notes?
Well, my next note, it just says passive Vieira. Now, he didn't shout the players on the training ground as much as we know.
Yeah.
We played in a very, very passive style. Hence the fact, today we had lots more shots. I do agree with, I think it was Tim or AJ before, about Roy putting his arm around certain players' shoulders. My positives, and Roy, and we just seemed like a different team. We used confidence. We had fluidity, which I haven't seen for a long, long, long time. There was no nervousness there. I think Roy just said, look, you can do it, just go and bloody do it. And I don't know if Vieira's so passive, it seemed they played very strictly to what he wanted. Do you know what I mean? Which was a lot of passing the ball around the back and taking our time, and almost seemed to be tiring the other team out by letting them come to us. Nobody had a bad game, did they?
No one. Not that I can think about. No one.
Can you think of anybody who had? No, but even Schlupp. Schlupp was almost my man of the match. First half, he tired. I think that's why he was taken off. Hughes had a mistake at first, but then quickly got back into the game. Mateta, the man that cannot jump, even if he's on the moon, his feet wouldn't leave the ground, would they? But he was cool as a cucumber when the time came to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was there.
He missed the chance, and afterwards does that. Like, that's maybe we just have to give the ball to him on feet. Just forget about
Alex
size.
all
Pretend
over.
that just pretend that he's nearly what? How tall is he? He must be 6 foot or over 6 foot. Just pretend that he's like 5'4" and try and give the ball on his feet at least in front of goal. Because I honestly, he's better with his feet than his height. I don't know why. You just can't jump. It's just a basic. I don't know how you can teach.
After his first goal against Brighton, we know he's better with his feet. I mean, that cheeky back heel. Now,
yeah, exactly.
Ebbs, he'll probably get my man of the match. I mean, it was a comical goal from his free kick, sort of bouncing off the bar and hitting the Leicester keeper and going in. But him and Elise just seem like completely different players. What's Roy said to him? Because we haven't seen Ebbs. We haven't seen Ebbs, but we haven't seen Ebbs ghost past players like he did today. We haven't seen Elise do that. Even Wardy seemed to just have that little bit extra bit of confidence. Now, the question is, was it always going to be this way anyway? Because suddenly we're playing teams that are all below us.
Yeah.
Was it Vieira? Was it a bit of both? And all right, we're all right. This is a sticking plaster at the moment with Roy, but we've really got to seriously consider who we get next season. And we should. I hope that Parrish is. Well, I'm sure he is, but I hope that Parrish is thinking about that now. And also, big up for the HF for their Charlie sign today on 15 minutes. That was a nice touch.
Big up to everyone.
Well done to the
HF
club
as
for
well.
Charlie's name
Exactly,
the program.
The club done a great job.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody's thoughts are with John at the moment and his family. So big up to them as well.
100%. Yeah. It must have been hard for them as well to see that. But they're probably that was one of the main positives in terms of off the field. I thought the fan base in general would just behind the players for 9 minutes, which was good to see. Because I don't know about you, but so has been a bit quiet this season. There's been nothing to really to get us going. I think the performance helped, and of course for Charlie as well. Thoughts and prayers to his whole family. It's a very sad situation, and hopefully that result lifts the mood as well in family, and hopefully Charlie saw that as well. But Nick, before
I'm just glad I've got my Leeds ticket for next week. I was a bit reticent when it arrived. Oh God, that's a long way to go. But it's kind of the opposite of the Leeds game last year when they scored against us last minute injury time. And you had to wait in your car for ages while I looked for people.
Well, it can still happen. You never know. You never know. We saw Palace to see us consider last minute goal after scoring the last minute goal.
Sells out now. Yeah.
What was that?
I wonder if that last block will sell out now. The last block at Leeds, because there were loads of tickets left.
Maybe.
I bet they sell out now after that performance.
Maybe. Oh, it's Easter Sunday as well, and the performances haven't been great. Let's be honest. Of course, you have to get behind the players regardless, but There was literally nothing before this game. There was nothing to look forward to. Literally, it was like, what on earth is going on? But now, hopefully, we do sell out. We do sell out that Leeds game and pick up a result there for everyone that's traveling sake and for our relegation sake as well. I'm staying up. But look, really appreciate your time, Nick, and make sure to check out the match report as well tomorrow. Well, it should be released on Monday or tomorrow on all the podcast platforms to hear Nick's more in-depth analysis on the game alongside who's on it tomorrow.
Well, that was me being in depth.
That was it. Exactly. Spoiler alert. That's it. That's what you get from Nick. That's what you get from Nick. That's him being in depth. But now he's got more. He's got more.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Well, take care.
Appreciate your time, Nick. Take care. Whew. Hour and a half talking about that. I could stay up for another hour and a half, but unfortunately, I've got other stuff to do. Look, positive performance today. Of course, you saw my reaction at the start of the show. Just let it all out. I'm just proud. I'm proud. That's the word I want to use today. I'm proud of the players. I'm proud of the management. But as I said before, that's just one game. One game out of 9. We've still got massive games coming up, starting off with Leeds. Next week, we have to approach the game just like we did this game and act like it's a cup final. And hopefully we pick up something in that game as well, because I'm not really expecting us to go get a win, but we'll talk about it in a match preview anyways for the Leeds preview. But yeah, it gives me a bit of confidence. I can relax now. I can relax, have a smile on my face, and enjoy a match of the day. Let's see what Lineker's saying about that game. Well, look, thanks to everyone who's watched us on live. I really appreciate everyone that's called in as well today. If you're watching on replay and have enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It takes a second of your time and helps us out a lot. But look, that's it from me. And thanks to everyone who's called in today. And until next time, up the Palace.